Hi, welcome to the first module of this American English pronunciation course. Before we start working on individual sounds, rhythm, stress, intonation, stuff like that, we need to work on fixing one very important idea. This is the incorrect idea that good pronunciation means sounding exactly like a native speaker. Exactly like me. That's not the goal. The real goal is this. You want people to understand you easily without struggling, without constantly asking you to repeat yourself, and without your accent getting in the way of your message. That is what clear pronunciation is. A lot of students have the misconception that pronunciation is about removing their accent or not sounding like a non-native speaker. But that's not necessary. It's a lie. Your accent is part of your identity. It's part of what makes you, you. It tells people something about where you come from, what languages you speak, your life experience. The problem is not having an accent. If people don't like your accent, tell them to fuck off. That's okay to do. You can do that. You're allowed to do that. Unless it's your boss, maybe. Maybe don't do that. The problem is when your pronunciation makes communication harder. For example, if you pronounce beach and bitch the same way, that's confusing and maybe dangerous. If you pronounce sheet and shit the same way, that is also problematic. If you say focus in a way that sounds just a little bit different, that also creates a problem. So, in this course, I am not going to erase your identity. I am going to give you control. Control over your mouth, control over rhythm, control over word stress, control over the difference between similar sounds, like the ones we just talked about, and most importantly, control over how you are understood. English pronunciation is not random. It feels random because English spelling is chaotic, but the sounds themselves follow patterns, and once you understand those patterns, English becomes much easier to pronounce. So, in this course, we will focus on the pronunciation features that matter. Vowel sounds, consonant sounds, syllable stress, rhythm, connected speech, and all these common pronunciation mistakes made by speakers of different languages. And here's something really important. You don't need to pronounce everything perfectly. Native speakers don't pronounce every word perfectly either. I don't pronounce every word perfectly. There is no such thing as perfect. Erase this idea from your head. People reduce sounds. We have this idea of reduction. People connect words. You do this in your native language also. People speak quickly. People mumble. And they use regional accents too. But the difference is that native speakers usually keep the rhythm and sound contrasts that English depends on consistent. And that is what we're going to work on. That's what this course is about. So by the end of this module, you should understand what pronunciation is. You should know what to listen for, what to practice, and how to start improving without feeling overwhelmed. So remember these 5 things. The goal is not perfection. The goal is clarity, confidence, being understood the first time. That was only 3 things. That wasn't 5 things. Okay, good job.